Alright, this is Wes from Elemental Publishing, and we're going to go a little hard today. Um, I'm going to, first off, I want to have a disclaimer. I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a guy. I'm trying to better myself every day. I dropped a lot of weight a while back, and I've just had some problems, so I wanted to try to get back onto, a baseline of nutrition. But here's a, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. You're responsible for your own actions. I'm going to perform an experiment on myself, technically, with this video. So take with it what you will, and, if it can help you, that's the purpose of this video. Alright? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a nutritional shake, and I'm going to make, it's basically, it's a probiotic bomb is what it is. And it's going to, I'm going to attempt to change, basically change the flora of my gut. I'm going to create I'm going to create a little universe here. Basically, the human body is like an ocean or a universe, and there's a war going on. There's a war going on inside. No one is safe from. You know what I mean? And it's between bacteria. It's the microbiome. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bomb my microbiome, and I'm going to give the good bacteria and things like, good organisms that are in my body. I mean, your body is just a huge pile of a bunch of living organisms all connected to make you. So, I'm going to load the soldiers up and go to war is basically what I'm going to do here, alright? So I'll get right into it. I'll show you everything I'm taking. I got to do this now kind of quick, so the editing might be a little funky on this video. I'll edit it in a certain way to try to get, so you understand exactly what I took and what I'm taking, alright? And I'll try to explain it along the way. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so like I say here, I'm basically gonna go to war here, right? You need to think of this in a certain way. So, these probiotics are like soldiers, and not just that, but all these things are like soldiers in your body. These are soldiers and these are weapons, alright? And this is going to provide a base of operations for my army, okay? So these are a daily formula. It gives you 30 billion per pill, all right? So I took one of these yesterday. 30 billion is not really enough. You have 100 trillion different microbes in your microbiome, bacteria, different strains, all that. There's 100 trillion in there. So 30 billion's like a drop in the bucket. It's like a drop in an ocean of, my soldiers can't survive because they don't have enough recruits here, all right? And they don't have the weapons that they need to survive, all right? So these are my weapons. These are my soldiers, all right? And I took this whole package yesterday, all right? And what you really want on here, you see down on the bottom right, it says Lactobacillus reuteri. That is my main soldier right there, okay? LR113 Lactobacillus reuteri. That is my main soldier. It is going to make an acid. These things live in acids. That's going to make an acid that will kill off the bad bacteria, but it's not going to kill off any of these other good ones, these other soldiers in here, all right? And really, so this is a cheaper kind that I took yesterday. I'm actually going to take the extra strength kind because it's the only one that they had. So I'm going super hard, all right? So I took almost a trillion, about 900 billion of these yesterday with one of these shakes I'm going to show you. This is going to be about 3.6 trillion soldiers of my army. We're going to parachute down. We're going to get in the muck, in the ocean, and we're going to fight the good fight. Alright? So my army needs soldiers. And that's what I'm going to do. The problem is these soldiers die easily when they're exposed to the air, when they're exposed to certain things. If you do not have a, think of this like a universe, and I'm going to add little planets, and I'm going to add little bases of operation where my soldiers can set up and fight the war against any bad bacteria, any tox, anything in my body, right? And this is what you want to get here, the Bio 360 whole body health. They have women's stuff. This is not a women's drink. This is going to be a man's drink. So women could probably do it, but I'm going to take a multivitamin here. That is a testosterone multivitamin for men, all right? But it's only the multivitamin. Don't buy any of the testosterone booster crap, none of that. It's just, these are my weapons, all right? This is just going to give me all the vitamins I need. I'm going to take some other vitamins here. So I got, these are digestive enzymes. I'm going to pour that in some water. ZMA is zinc, magnesium, and B6. I'm going to take this L-carnitine, which helps with fat and things like that, just, heart health. I'm going to take some ashwagandha with it, extra strength. That helps with stress. This is going to, this is a choline, this is a mental nootropic. So that helps your mind, alright? This K2 NK7, I mainly got it for the K2, and it's got D3. It's got 5,000 IUs of D3, okay? The K2 and the MK7 help with the D3, but the D3 is what you really want, okay? I wouldn't worry about the MK7, alright? And I'm going to make a little spreadsheet, and I'm going to kind of go over some of this stuff maybe here later in the video. Alright? Those are my vitamins. I'm going to put that, those are my weapons. I'm going to put that in my nutrition shake. Alright? I'm also going to take some maca root. Maca root is just overall men's health, okay? I'm going to take some citrulline. This is going to help with blood flow. It vacillates the blood, so that means it's going to pump the blood vessels in and out. And it's going to help. Basically, we're just going to break everything up. We're going to shock. We're going to bring in the shock troops, alright? And this is going to break everything up. It's going to vacillate everything. Your body's going to be like, what just happened? We need to go to war. Where are the troops? Alright? And that's what we want, okay? We're going to take some creatine, alright? And we're going to do 1 serving of all of these, except for this creatine. We're going to do 2, alright? So we're going to take 10,000 milligrams, or 2 scoops, essentially 2 servings of the creatine. The amino energy, so we're going to take this organe protein, right, and collagen peptides here. So we're going to take both of these, a serving of each, and a serving of these daily greens. Alright? That won't give us all the amino acids we need, so that's why we're getting it from this. This does have caffeine. It'll just make you feel like $1,000,000 if you put this in there too. Alright? It'll give it a nice taste. This should taste pretty good, actually. It's not going to be bad. It's going to look a little funky, but it's not going to be bad, alright? So, we got Organe, organic protein, Organe, collagen peptides. This is going to add a lot of protein, and it's all plant protein. It's organic. It's going to do you right, alright? This right here is my weapons here. So these are going to feed the probiotics, alright? Vital proteins, daily greens, and what we really want here is dietary fiber. Okay, so you have soluble fiber and unsoluble fiber. I'm not sure if this is soluble or unsoluble. Don't worry about it too much. We're going to get the insoluble fiber from this just hemp foods, hemp and protein plus fiber, okay? This has a lot of unsoluble fiber, okay? Insoluble fiber, that's what we want, okay? Because that gives us the little planets and our little bases of operations and our boat. It's like a boat. It's gonna hold on to these probiotics, and it's gonna allow them to thrive. Otherwise, they're just gonna fall in the ocean. They're gonna drown, okay? So basically, I'm going to mix all of I'm going to break these, except for a couple capsules, like these vitamins. I'm going to take these vitamins, Nugenics multivitamin. I'm going to take these vitamins that I have to swallow, like the Nugenics and the L-carnitine. put them in this bowl, and I'm going to just swallow those first, all right? And then when I make my nutrition shake, I'm going to, like all these other ones that have plastic capsules, I'm going to break them up because there's just powder in them. I don't want to take the capsule. It's just plastic, basically. You know, sometimes they have vegetable capsules, but I'm going to just break them out and pour the powder into the drink. It's going to be a lot of powder in this drink, all right? Okay, so with these probiotics, we're going to make another drink. And we're going to make it with kefir. So I use this Lifeway kefir. This one's 1%. You want to get plain, but you can get a whole milk version of this. And come on, chill out, baby. You can get a whole milk version of this, and that'll give it a little more fat, which is good. All right, we want fat because some vitamins are water soluble or they're fat soluble, right? So this nutrition shake doesn't have enough fat in it. So we're also going to put a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, California Olive Ranch. I get the medium. It doesn't matter. The main thing with this is that it's extra virgin olive oil. And just go ahead and get the California Olive Ranch. It's expensive, but it's good. It's good fat. So we want good fat to support the vitamins and everything that we put in here. We want it all to digest real good, okay? It's going to have water, fat, and everything you need in this drink, okay? If this don't do it for you, then your nutrition's already good, and you just need to go lift some heavy, go pick up a rock or something like that. I fill a duffel bag up with heavy weights, and I just pick it up and toss it around. So that's all I'm doing right now. I'm not trying to this is not for bodybuilding. This is for overall health. This is going to get you out of baseline health as fast as possible. It's just going to bomb you. All right, this is what we're doing here. And the experiment I'm doing, though, is I'm going to put this whole package, 3.6 trillion active cultures of probiotics, and it's going to put a dent in that 100 trillion and hopefully gain a foothold for this good bacteria, so that way it stays in the body and it fights off the bad stuff. Like I say, the L. reuteri, it produces an acid and it kills bad bacteria, but the good bacteria will survive this acid. It needs about 3 or 4 times the amount to kill the good bacteria. So some of the soldiers are going to get smoked, little collateral damage, but in the long run, the good bacteria, the idea is the good bacteria wins over the bad bacteria. Remember, we're fighting a war here. This is a battle, and I'm dropping the troops in, and I'm giving them the weapons, all right? Now I'm going to go ahead and make this drink. I'll basically show you how to do it. But like I said, all you're going to do is you're going to pour. You only want the probiotics in the second drink, and you want to drink that drink last, okay? And I'm going to break open every one of these and pour it into this kefir. And then I'm going to mix a little bit of water in it to thin it out. And I'm going to drink it alongside this nutritional drink here. Alright? I'm going to pour water in there. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to make it, thin it out a little bit. It'll be kind of thick, but it'll be tasty. It'll look nasty, but it'll be tasty. When you drink this thing, you'll understand that you just put in a whole bunch of nutrients, of decent nutrients in your body, okay? And then to make sure that I don't take the same thing twice, when I pour out my serving, I'm only doing the serving size on the back, okay? Except for the creatine, we're going to do 2 scoops. So, and then we're going to take these digestive enzymes actually, and we're going to wait till the end for those. After we take everything else, we're going to take some water, and we're just going to break up these 2 of these, and we're going to put it in here, all right? And the ZMA, you can do a full serving. I'm only actually going to do 2 of these, right? The full serving is 3 capsules for men. but I'm only going to do 2 because I'm already getting a lot of zinc and magnesium and B6 out of this multivitamin. This is the best multivitamin you can get. Nugenics, they can make a bunch of crap like the testosterone booster. Don't buy that. Don't buy the free testosterone booster. Don't buy the testosterone booster. It's testosterone multivitamin. Okay, that's the key. It has vitamins and minerals. It don't have this other crazy stuff. All right, and it's got good levels of it. It's got good levels of it. All right, let's just see. You're getting a lot of zinc, and you know it doesn't have a lot of magnesium in it, but we're getting a lot of zinc in a couple things from this. So we don't need to get all of it from this. But it won't kill you. It won't kill you if you take 3 of these capsules. But I'm only going to do 2. Okay? Anyway, I want to mix all of this into a drink. Alright? And I'll try to explain it as I go. And we're going to just drink. We're going to drink them one right beside each other. Take another cup here. We're going to pour our kefir in. And we're going to do this at the very end. Mix it up, and you need to, as soon as we pour this in, we need to mix it up and drink both of these as fast as possible. Okay? Because you don't want your soldiers to die. They're parachuting in to the battlefield. You know, and they need to set up a foothold. They need to go to war. They need their weapons. Okay? So, like I say, I'm not a medical doctor or nutritionist. So I mean, you'll know if I don't survive, if I die, and you see this on the news tomorrow, oh, guy took way too many probiotics, then don't drink it. You know what I mean? This is a first time experiment. I don't know exactly how this is going to affect me, but I know I survived 1 trillion of them yesterday. I already did this yesterday. I survived 1 trillion of them, and I've been taking these regular nutrition shakes without the probiotics. I've been doing that for a week now. Okay? So that is, I'm just giving you the information. And, you could try doing it like, if you're like me, if you're a skinny guy and you don't feel healthy and you're like me, you can give it a try. But I would recommend doing it the way I did. I'm doing it here. Or if you know what you're talking about, you can kind of mix and match some of this stuff, but all of this is based on research that I have cultivated over the past year or so, okay? But I've only been taking these nutrition drinks for a week. So I've already seen gains from this, just from the nutrition drink. But this is what we're doing here. We're sending in the shock troops. The probiotic bomb, the microbiome army. We're building. We're going to have 3.6 trillion soldiers in our army. Okay? Now, I hope you get all that. It's a lot of information, but I'll try to have a spreadsheet and a couple things that might help to let you know exactly what I took, all the amount of vitamins and percentages and whatnot. I'll do my best for that, but I'll have to figure that out after I drink it. Okay? And, alright, let's get to it. Alright. So, let's get to it here. So I'm going to put the vitamins in that bowl that I have to take. So you need to take 2 of these Nugenics. One of these L-carnitine. And you don't necessarily need the L-carnitine, but it'll help you lose fat. So that's really all I need there, okay? So we're gonna just drink that down. Gonna take those first, all right? They're kind of big, so they're kind of big pills, so. That's 2 pills of the Nugenics. 1 of the L-carnitine. All right. All right now. Orgain protein powder. Two scoops. Orgain, grass-fed, organic collagen peptides. Sorry, that was my dog. 2 scoops. Just hemp, protein and fiber. You want 4 tablespoons. Alright, so that's going to give your base of operations. That's like your little planets that everything's going to live on. So you need the insoluble fiber, okay? But you can get it from other things. You don't have to get it from the hemp source. But I would just do it the way I'm doing it here if you want to actually try this. But that's what I would recommend. But like I say, this is an experiment that I'm doing. I'm a willing participant on myself, okay? So now we're going to add creatine. I'm going to do 2 scoops. We're going to add the amino energy. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 scoops of this. Optimum nutrition, essential amino energy. 3 scoops is what I'm doing. Alright, now the Axon Sledge citrulline. This is going to help with vacillation of the blood vessels. It's going to give it a pump, and it's going to break things up in there, okay? So that's the reason we do that. Or I'm doing that. Just going to do 1 scoop of that. Ultra K2 plus NK7. This is mainly for vitamin D, but you might as if you can get this, then get it. You want K2 with your vitamin D. So there's one of these. I'm going to break it open, and I'm going to pour the powder in there. Ashwagandha. This is the extra strength kind. This is going to help with stress. Good to have. 2 of these capsules. I'm going to do the same thing. We'll break them up, put them in there. Do the ZMA. ZMA. That just means zinc, magnesium, and B6. Alright? We'll put 2 of those in there. I'll put this is L-arginine. That helps with blood flow, vacillation like I was talking about earlier. This is what citrulline turns into, but the citrulline's better. I'm just adding 2 of these as well. Alright. And I don't have time to give all the research, you have to look it up, but if you really want to know everything this stuff does, but it's all good, okay? It's going to turn you into it's going to make some super soldiers out of this bacteria. That's why we're doing this. It's going to be like Captain America. All right. All right, now these 2, this is going to feed everything. This is for fiber and everything like that. Vital proteins, daily greens. All right, we're going to put a big teaspoon of this in there. Nice fat teaspoon of that. And we're going to do the same thing with the maca powder. Alright, maca root powder. Okay, I got this from Garden of Life, so that's what I would suggest. Garden of Life's really good. Boom. Alright, so that's a lot in there, but it'll be all good. And I'm going to mix this up, stir it up, and I'm going to make the protein bomb here in just a second. Actually, almost forgot. You got to get the choline. That's for the brain, alright? Take 2 of these. So you can't do anything without your brain. So you can work your muscles all you want, but it ain't going to do nothing for you. Because it'd be too stupid. And I'm going to put a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in there. That's for the fats. So we could digest. It's for bioavailability. It's so you can digest all this stuff. And that's why you need a good amount of water too. Okay, so if you need to drink another cup of water, do that. Alright, so that's everything. It's pretty stiff. Alright. Now this is about an 18-ounce cup. 18 ounces. It doesn't matter. You just need enough so it doesn't get too thick. Alright. Just gonna
you could shake it up, but I'm gonna stir it up because that's what I do, I guess. You just want to get as much of that to start to dissolve in there as possible. All right, it'll stick to the bottom. Just scrape it up, get all that good stuff. It might be a little clumpy. It don't matter. You gotta be a man about this. You know, this is a man's drink. You gotta be a man about it. You know, we're going hard today. This is the bomb. We're going to war today. All right. You don't want to drink something like this. You can drink this every day, but maybe, you know, for the most part. But you don't want to drink the protein bomb every day. I'll tell you that. So I don't. You know, I'm not responsible for what happens if you do. Like I say, you know. We're putting in 3.6 trillion. Alright. It's pretty good. And we're going to let that kind of dissolve while I make my protein bomb, alright? While I get my soldiers ready. Get them ready for war here. So, a little nasty, it's green. But it'll actually be pretty tasty, okay? I'm going to put a little more water in it. Stir it up. Alright, here we go. Alright. Now for this, all we're going to do for this, we're going to put in this kefir. Alright, we're going to fill this cup maybe halfway. Something like that. About halfway. We're going to break apart every one of these. Every one of these. Alright? They're just pills like the other ones. You can just break the plastic off. We're going to break them apart. We're going to pour it on top. And we're going to try to drink both of these drinks at the same time. So I'm just going to switch between them. Drink as much as I can of it. Okay? The kefir, it's like giving them boats. It's like, you know, you gave your soldiers boats that they can swim in, because otherwise if you drop them in the ocean, they'll just drown. But this stuff already has the L-reuteri in it. So L-reuteri can survive in this environment. So that's what we're doing here, okay? We're just dropping them into we're dropping their environment into my gut, and we're going to give them a foothold. So they can go to war, so you know, so they can win the battle. All right. So we got our nutrition shake over here. Stir it a little more. I'll pour up this kefir. Actually, I'm gonna get these ready here. Right now I'm going to break them all out of the package and put them in a bowl. And I'm going to break them up and put them in the drink. Alright. And this is 30 of these, okay? 3.6 trillion. 3.6 trillion super soldiers about to. 'Now don't break these out first. Like I said, they'll die if they're exposed to air and everything. You want to get them in the kefir, mix it, drink it as fast as possible. Alright? Because otherwise you're just losing your soldiers. Alright? So we got 30 of them in there. Okay? You want to shake this. That way gives it a good. So it's all mixed well. This stuff's a little sour, but it's still good. It's tasty. It's thick. That's why we're going to mix some water into it too. Alright. It's thick. Alright. My dog's just curious. She always wants to see what's going on. Alright. Here we go. It's okay, baby. We gonna make it. It's okay, baby. We gonna make it. You gotta try to do this quick. So like I say, if I overdose on this, then you'll find out. So I'll just go ahead and experiment on myself. That way you guys know if it's a good idea to try it or not. But like I say, you make your own decisions. So, you know. But with risk comes reward, okay? It puts another 10 years on your life just by drinking a big old bomb or establishing a foothold for your soldiers, then we're going to do it. Alright, it's almost done. 30 of these pups in here. 30. Alright, we're going to mix that up quick. We're going to put some water in it, and we're going to drink both, try to drink both at the same time here. Alright? This thing is thick. And you want water. A lot of vitamins are water soluble. Alright, let's go. Sometimes stuff gets stuck on a spoon. Gotta get it off. Alright, here we go. Oh, they're actually pretty good. Now there's some down in there. Put a little water in it and drink it. Same with this one. There's tons of material at the bottom. Put some water in, stir it, drink it. A lot of it sinks to the bottom. You really got to get it, because otherwise you're missing out. Oh, well, that's that. Alright, now we'll just see if I survive. If I don't, we'll make a funny meme or something like that. And, yeah, like I say, I'll make a spreadsheet that shows all the actual amounts of vitamins and minerals in these things. And, you know, you feel a little bloated, sit down, let it digest. I'm gonna eat. Actually, I'm gonna take a sit for a little bit, let it digest, and I'm gonna go eat. And it don't matter what you eat. It don't have to be super healthy. Go get a couple chicken sandwiches. Get something real, something, you know, because there are intangibles in food. And, you know, there could be building blocks that are missing here. You know, if you think about building a house, you know, you could throw a lot of, you could have a lot of bricks, but you need more than that. You need nails, you need concrete, you need things like that. And that's kind of what we're doing here, all right? That's why I went through this whole thing. Because if you just take one of those probiotic pills, it ain't gonna do nothing for you. It's like throwing some nails in the ocean, and or you know, it's throwing 5 soldiers in the ocean and they drown. It ain't gonna work. But all right, like I said, this is West from Elemental Publishing, and if that helps anybody, like I say, this is not for muscle building. This is for baseline nutrition. It's just you're just bombing yourself. You're trying. What I'm trying to do anyway is incur a change in my body by shocking it with so much nutrition that it's like, what do I do here? I need to just beef up, because I need to take advantage of all of this. All right. Anyway, West from Elemental Publishing. I appreciate your time, and like I said, this video might be a little funky. I'm gonna try to edit it a little better, and get you the information you need. Alright, I'm back. I had to make this spreadsheet here real quick. I just wanted to be transparent. I wanted to show what was actually in this shake, and you know how much of each micronutrient and macronutrient was in it. And hopefully I could figure out here. I could just put the spreadsheet in down in the comments or in the description or something like that. I'm just kind of figuring things out as I go. But here, I'll show you the spreadsheet. So this just goes over, you know, the amount of servings, calories, protein, carbs, fat. These are your macronutrients. And all this is basically telling you is how many calories you got from protein, how many you got from carbs and fat, and your percentages. So it looks like here you get 37% of your calories from protein from this drink. I did. Okay, when I drank this, I got 37.7% of calories from protein. It's about a 658.5 calorie
drink. All right, and that's for the nutrition shake plus the kefir. Some of these other things I put in vitamins don't have protein, carbs, and fat. You know, they're vitamins, so they're vitamins and minerals, they're micronutrients. All right. So basically, this is just metrics in case, you know, a lot of times people, bodybuilders and certain people have recommended values for percentages. This is basic. I didn't actually know this until after I drank it, and I mathed all this stuff up here and started to figure it out. But this turns out pretty not bad. You know, it's got most of its calories from protein, and it's about equal here. So this is just a guide. If you get a baseline like this, you can make little changes. So if I want to add more calories from protein, I can add a little more protein in there. If I want more from carbs, I can add a little carbs in there. If I want more from fat, I can add another tablespoon of olive oil in there, something like that. That's all this is saying. You know, it has fiber over here. Like I said, you know, I ended up getting 12 grams of fiber. Most of it was insoluble, which was what we were trying to do. So I'm not sure if the soluble matters, but insoluble is like I said, it's like a base of operation for the probiotics to land on. They're like it's like little planets that are going to be in your intestine, and the probiotics can sit there and grow off of that and make a little barracks or whatever they gotta do to fight the war. All right. This down here, these are just vitamins and trace minerals, and I wanted to put this on here so you can see the percentages of everything. That way you know that you're not just, you know, it's not going to overdose if you happen to drink this. Like I said, this is an experiment I did on myself, so I'm just giving the information. But this is what was put into this drink. Okay. It's got everything: vitamin A, 100%; vitamin C, 378%; a lot of vitamin D, which is good actually. You know, 741% of the daily value. That's a good amount. Most of that came from this Nature's Truth vitamin D vitamin that I took here. Let's see. Vitamin E, 100%. Vitamin K, 604%. That's quite a lot, but it should be fine. And so you got to think of things not just on daily values, but monthly. You know, so if you're gonna take huge amounts here, you don't have to drink it every day, you know, and get insane amounts of vitamin K, or you could just not take that particular vitamin for a little while. Think about things monthly rather than, and potentially yearly, but monthly is probably the best, but rather than daily. Okay. Riboflavin, 108%. Niacin, 113% daily value. B12, 400%. B6, it's got 524%. A lot of that was from that ZMA supplement. It gives a lot of B6. See the Nugenix multivitamin, it already gave 100%. So then we got a whole another big chunk here, 412%, 7 milligrams from this. So that turned out to be a lot. Plus we got a little bit extra from our hemp fiber. Our hemp fiber has a little bit of nutrients in it, so I just wanted to put that down. All right. So basically, you know, you could sit here and pause the video if you really want to see all of these nutrients, but I'm just showing you what is in this. Okay, that way you know, and you can make your own decisions on what you want to do about that. It has a little phosphorus, but that's from the hemp, not a whole lot. See, there are some things that there's not a lot of calcium in this, so if you have, you know, calcium issues, you could always find a way to add to that. See, that's part of the point of doing this whole thing. That way I could see any kind of gaps in my nutrition
and I could say, look, I'm getting all these nutrients, so I could basically eat what I want, but I want to get a little bit of calcium in there. I want to make, like, well, my daily food, my normal food, I want to make sure I got some calcium in there, or I got some extra stuff here. It's not going to kill you to get higher than daily values. That's what we're trying to do, is better ourselves. So the FDA recommended value is just a recommended value. It's based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Me personally, I'm going for a 3,000 calorie diet. So these values don't reflect my 3,000 calorie diet per se, but I can math it out and figure all that out. Some of these numbers and percentages may be a little weird if you look on the back of the bottles, but most of it was because their math was wrong. Actually, a lot of the math on some of these bottles is estimated, and it was wrong. So, like up here with these macronutrients, I had to change these. This collagen peptide said it had 70 calories in a serving, and it doesn't. It has 72. All right. So I just had to make it cleaner, actually. So I mean, a couple calories here and there ain't gonna make no difference. Or it's generalized math. It's an estimation, but I believe this is about as accurate as possible. My numbers are accurate. My math is correct. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm doing when it comes to that. All right. So basically what this is saying is this is giving you 100%, if not more, of everything except for phosphorus, calcium, and that's about it. 300% chromium. We got manganese. We got this, I don't even know what this is, molybdenum. Who cares what that is? We'll research that later, figure it out. Potassium, it don't have a lot of potassium in it, but something I do is actually I use a potassium salt, because you can get a lot per teaspoon, and it's just like table salt, and I don't really use table salt anymore. I try to pick low sodium foods, and then I put the potassium salt on, and it's called no salt is what I use, and that helps me to add potassium values. I can't imagine anybody getting the daily value of potassium. I don't really know how they do it without some kind of, because even the supplements you can barely get. You're not allowed to get a lot of potassium in the supplements due to some FDA regulations. But so 30% though, I mean that's 1,000 milligrams. That's not bad. Recommended daily value is about 4,000 something, 4,200, something like that. Getting 30% of it. You could, like I say, you could use some potassium salt, and if you want, you could just mix it in some water and drink that. It tastes just like salt. I mean, not exactly like salt, but a lot like salt. It's basically the opposite of salt. Potassium helps to get sodium out of your body. So really, as much sodium as you intake in your diet, you want to try to get the same amount of potassium. All right, that's the rule of thumb. So you'll probably never get that because there's so much sodium in our foods for taste and preservation that you just end up getting a lot of it. But you want to aim for 2,000 or more milligrams of potassium if you can get it. I know that it's hard to eat potassium rich foods. You've almost got to be rich to be that new. That's part of why I'm doing this, because I'm not rich. I can't just go become a chef and figure out all these foods and buy all these different things, and they all go to waste in the fridge, and you end up spending a whole bunch of money. This is the poor man's way of getting their nutrition in. All right. And that's why I had to do it, because I don't have much money. All my money goes to my bills, my dog, my health, and basic necessities. I'm making much more money than I've ever made, and it's all going out. But I mean, you can't take it with you when you go. want to use it on something important. Well, my body's my body's important. It's important to me. It should be important to you, because if you're not healthy and your body breaks down, then you can't work. You can't really make money, and your money's going to be useless. You're just going to sit there and burn up. But anyway, so like I said, these are my weapons. So this is what these vitamins and macronutrients is what I use to fuel my probiotic army. All right, and I went ahead and put this is my probiotic army that I just ingested here, and I feel fine. I don't have any problem. I feel pretty good actually right now. So it didn't kill me, and I took a lot of these, You know what I mean? For just a regular. And honestly, I kind of went. I messed up on my math during the video. And, I said 3.6 trillion. I didn't quite get that, but I almost did in 2 days. But in that particular drink, I drank almost 2 trillion. 1,800,000,000,000. And what's that? I don't know. A lot. I drank a lot. So, almost 2 trillion in that drink. And most of it came from these 30 pills of this Bio 360. 1.8 trillion came from that. But see, I also drank a lot of this kefir, and I drank another one of these with about half of the amount, maybe a little more than half of the amount, actually. So I still got about 3 trillion. I got anywhere from 3.2 to 3.6 trillion CFU of probiotic bacteria in 2 days. So, and then also these you would have to double this, because I basically drank the same thing here. And usually I don't put these probiotic strains in there. This was the bomb. This was the we're going to war, going hard, going to war today. But you don't have to put all these in there, and you could drink this, and still get. I mix a little kefir in there. So when I made the drink earlier, I only put water in there. Instead of separating the two, you could mix this, the nutrition drink, with just half kefir, or like a lot of kefir, and then mix a little bit of water in it and drink it that way. And like I said, this kefir, it's got a good amount. It's got 12 strains in there, even though it doesn't have as many. This is 1 cup. So, a whole bottle is 4 cups. So, if you drink a whole bottle, you're doing pretty good. Plus, you get a lot of, protein. You'll get about, 40 grams of protein from that. If you just drink a whole bottle. So, it's not gonna be the bomb or anything like that. You're gonna miss out on about 1.8 trillion of these, but you're still gonna get, a good amount. What's that? I don't even know. 1.8 trillion. That's 950 million. So you got about 1 billion, or something like that. I don't know. I think it's 30. I think what it said on the bottle was 30 billion per bottle. So I don't know. My head's messed up. I just did all this math and had to try to figure everything out here. Sorry, my dog is messing with me. Alright, so I also have these little pictures of kind of a before and after. So this is me about a year ago. That was my old apartment. I was down in weight, looking pretty thin. And honestly, I got thinner after this. I had a health issue. I dropped down to about 110 pounds, maybe 105, 110. back in February of last year. And, ever since then, I've been trying to figure things out a little bit. But, so this is me now. And that would, I took this yesterday. So, I mean, I made a significant change within a year, but a lot of this bulk actually started coming after I started taking this, or drinking this nutrition drink. So I've actually seen quite a lot of gains. I don't even know, probably 30% gain, if not better. See, these pictures don't look the best or anything, but I can tell. Like, when I look, it's for sure a benefit. And I haven't been exercising anymore or anything like that. This is all from the nutrition that I'm getting. And like I say, if it doesn't do anything for you, if that drink don't do anything for you, then you don't need nutrition. You need to just go lift some weights or do some push-ups or run. Probably not run, but if you want to it depends what your goals are. But if you want to gain bulk or gain a little size, if you're skinny like I was and not very healthy, this is the way to go. And then basically you're just going to get yourself set up on a baseline. And once you have the baseline nutrition, then you have your own foothold where you could add a little extra in, and you could say, okay, I could do this here and this will benefit me, and change it up a little bit. But if you go a little bit, you don't eat, and you wake up in the morning, you drink one of these shakes, it's going to you're going to know where you're at, is what I'm trying to say. You're going to know what you have in you. You're going to know how many calories you just drank. If you want a 3,000 calorie diet, you just put, almost 700, 650 calories in just in that drink. You could add a couple things, figure out how to add some more calories. There's plenty of ways to do that. You could try to do it healthily, or you just eat a cheeseburger or something like that, whatever you want. You still, at least you got all your vitamins. So if you eat that cheeseburger, even if it's empty calories, you need calories anyway. You already got your daily value of vitamins. See what I'm saying? So, and this is a little video that's just to show that it's real, moving around or whatnot. Like I said, I made this just the other day. Alright, so you see the difference between now and then. It's pretty significant. Alright. So I just made this video mainly just to, I want to help myself, and I want to, kind of journal my journey here, my struggle of, I really come from that, I was in a hard place, and I had to totally reinvent myself. And I'm just kind of documenting that process, and this is how I am attempting to transform my body as well. And not just my body, but, mind, body, and soul is what I'm trying to build upon here. And I'm just documenting it so in case anybody is like me, or if this can help anybody, or at the very least if you're like a scientist and you wanted to know, hey, what would happen if somebody took 3 trillion good probiotics, 3 trillion CFUs of it. Will they die? Will they overdose or not? Here's proof that you will not overdose on 3 trillion CFUs of probiotics. Alright? And honestly, in my opinion, they do not have enough. Sorry, my alarm's ringing. In my opinion, they do not have enough in these so they're charging you like $35, and it's not doing nothing for you. So you're just dropping, you know, one daily pill here and there. It's not doing anything. There's 100 trillion uh, um, bacteria in your microbiome. All right, 100 trillion. So I had to take, you know, 3 trillion still isn't even, you know, much of that. You know what I mean? That's 3% of all, and you know that was a whole package of the extra strength, 60 billion CFU per day probiotics. See what I'm saying? Sorry, my dog is just driving me nuts. Come on, baby, you need to move. Go do something. Go. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? That's, you know, so if you're gonna pay, you know, that pack cost me about $30. So I mean, you're just wasting your money, really. If you might as well drink the whole. It was about 25, but you might as well drink the whole thing in one setting. You know, the you don't want to just drop a few soldiers into the ocean or into space. They don't have spaceships. They don't have planets to land on. They don't have boats. Say they're in the ocean and you drop them in the ocean. They don't have. You're just dropping a few soldiers in there. No boats. They die immediately. There's already 100 trillion soldiers of you know, who knows what kind of bacteria already in there. It can't establish a foothold. They die immediately, and that's that. So I mean, we just sent 3 trillion into battle. Hopefully that puts a dent in it. Like I said, I feel fine. You know, I've been in better shape. This has only been a day, or you know, this I made this spreadsheet. This is the same night I just been up, and you know, I feel all right. So we'll see what happens here, but I don't foresee any problems. Anyway, like I said, I just wanted to document this. I wanted to show you guys that you can do it, and if you face your fears and you take some risks sometimes, then you can gain a great reward, you know, and your health is a great reward. All right, and all right, that's all I got. Like I said, this is Wes from Elemental Publishing. And I got some music coming out hopefully here soon. I've just been working on some of the art, and I've been trying a couple different projects and some things like that. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, you know, I hope this potentially helps you out. All right.